Hey everybody, it's Cam. Welcome back to the channel. It is Saturday, March 27th, and in this video we're going to talk about NFT stocks. So they've been running pretty wild the last 2 weeks, and we're going to look at whether or not the charts are showing that the moves can continue. Right? We've had some big gains. We had a lot of PR come out this week, and I think the mania craze is only just beginning. More companies are going to get into it. It's going to be, in my opinion, something like Bitcoin back at the end of 2017, 2018, beginning of the year. Where a lot of companies were dipping their toes in, trying to get their stock prices up. We've seen that with Sino, but other ones are actually moving into the space to become, early adapters and grab a chunk of that market share that is to come. As I think NFTs are something that's going to change the digital landscape going forward. So we'll look at TKAT, DLPN, HOFV, WKEY ZKIN, and FNKO. So we'll start with TKAT. So TKAT was really the first mover. You can see, it started. So I slide over a little bit. Picking up here in February, pulled back to the moving average beginning of March. Pretty solid green engulfing candle here the week of March 8th, and then March 15th, right, we took off, and then this week we continued that move. So fib levels here from 74.11 high to the low, which was at 35 cents. And then the red is just the move down this past week. So we pulled back later in the week, but the price moved back up, sitting above the 50 fib right now. Can't get quite through that 78.6 on the red, but we'll go down here to the daily now. And as you can see, I'm talking about the pullback from the week on Tuesday. So we set that high in pre-market, so we had a big move after market here from Monday to Tuesday. Sold off Tuesday into Wednesday, and then we found support down here in the 30s, really about the 9 EMA. So the EMAs are dynamic, excuse me. So as the price came down, the EMA was actually lower. Price closes at the high, so the EMA moves through that low. And then Friday we kind of had an indecision bar here with low volume, right? So Friday 2.5 million shares traded. Wednesday, Thursday around 7.5 million shares, so quite a bit less. But we did poke above this high on Thursday on Friday trading, but kind of a doji here. So if we just look out at the volume, it looks like we do have quite a bit of support, in the $31 area where we bounced. So buyers came in and held that level, and we're able to close here in this chunk of volume between 40 and 37. So we'll have to see if TKAT will put out some PR this week. They're one of the few companies that they haven't put out any PR, right? So the initial move was just on pure speculation that they were going to be a non-fungible token play, and they squeeze very low float stock, right? It's about 6 million shares float. And that high increase on volume, right? So this is record volume. More shares were probably traded on the 17th in the stock's entirety. Shot this thing up like a rocket, and then profit taking occurred beginning this week, pulled back. So now we'll look to see if we can get another leg higher. If they put out some PR, capitalize momentum, we could quickly get back up through the 40s, and then into this volume level in the low 50s. And once we just go down to the hourly. See, really just yesterday, Thursday and Friday yesterday was really just a consolidation level, right? We're hugging these moving averages, and then Friday got them really tight. They are slightly downtrending right now, so we'll look to see if momentum will shift higher going into Monday. But if it doesn't, I think first we're going to retest these lows here at 37, the low 37s, right at that 50 fib. See if buyers can come in and push that thing back up. As you can see, there is volume there. So from TKAT, we'll go to DLPN. So Dolphin Entertainment, so they came out with news on Tuesday that they were going to get into the NFT space, and that a partnership could become available soon. And then after hours, hey, we hit that partnership. So they formed a partnership with HOFV, so Hall of Fame Resorts and Entertainment, and looking at NFTs for like the NFL, sports memorabilia, and the like. So obviously a huge fan base with sports, and NFL in particular, very I can't think of the word I'm thinking of, but promising, right? So fans are willing to pay. You got some fanatics in sports memorabilia, trading cards and all that, so could be lucrative for both companies, and the market agrees with that sentiment because we got this huge squeeze after hour push from basically 17 up to 38, so doubling after hours. But hard sell off came back in on Wednesday, pushes basically all the way back down to that 17 level. and then Thursday kind of got a bounce consolidation, and then Friday kind of rolling over. So the fib level from the 38 to the bottom of the move when that PR came out Tuesday morning, 574, and you'll see we try to get a retest to break through that 38.2 level here Thursday afternoon, but couldn't get it, and so we sold off all the way back to the 23 fib, and then buyers came in, tried to get us to close at it, but after hours low volume pushed us lower. And so just looking at the daily here, so like TKAT bounced off the 9 here. We're not quite there yet, so we could have another little leg lower, maybe go push down into the 12s, and then see if we can find some buying support. And then obviously the volume's very skewed from the high volume here the last 4 days, right? You can't even see the volume to the left of it really. So we just got a huge block of volume. I don't know why it keeps doing that. I don't want that whole thing, right? So we could get all the way down if we move back into the 10s. So there is some downside here, but let's see if buyers can protect this 9 EMA going into next week. So next we'll look at HOFV, which was Dolphin Entertainment's partner. So they actually had a little bit more run in the past few weeks following their earnings, but still low volume, and then massive volume came in last Friday and then into this week. So it was actually selling off on Tuesday prior to the DLPN news, right? Sold off from the low 5s back to $4, $3.85, and then after hours that news came out, sent us up like a rocket. Actually got up to $8 after hours. We'll see that when we go back to the hourly. But that Wednesday, same move, like DLPN sold off pretty hard. Gap down pre-market on Thursday, but buyers came in right at the 9 EMA and pushed this thing back up. And then Friday, just inside candle day, somewhat held the 23.6 here. So, like I've mentioned in prior videos, inside candle days are, a good thing. Like they're pretty easy to trade, whether higher or lower. Set an alert at the low, 491. If it breaks that, go short. If it's the alert here at the high, 547 or 5.5, if it breaks that, go long, and you're looking to take out the either the top or the bottom of the engulfing candle or the outside bar here, right? So if it goes through 5.5, you're looking for it to get up to at least 5.8, so you can set your risk reward accordingly there, right? So if you want 30 cents and say you're a 1-to-1 trader, right, you're willing to lose 30 cents, or you're 2-to-1, so 30 cents to 15, 3-to-1, 30 cents to 10, either direction. So easy play like that from a risk reward standpoint. Actually, let's stay here real quick, just look at volume. So you see, as we sold off to the 9, we actually did sell into a ton of this volume here. So buyers like volume, so volume's going to aggregate, and so where it aggregates higher, buyers have a better chance to get in and add to their position, form their position. And you see we do have a relatively low volume here in the upper 4s, but 5 we're kind of sitting higher. Do have a wall here around 5.5, right about this 61.8 fib. So we'll look to see if buyers can come in first thing Monday and get us through that 5.5 level. Otherwise, we might consolidate down here back to 501 and maybe push through the low volume back to 4.5. So if you look at the hourly here, you can see what I was talking about, the pre-market in the moves during the week, right? News came out Tuesday, shot us all the way up 8.77. Sold off all Wednesday, continued selling off aftermarket and pre-market. Got through the 23, pushed back to the EMAs, some indecision there, gets us up higher the rest of the day, and then Friday just pure consolidation day, right? So we're just staying real tucked on those EMAs, and then use the 23.6 as support. So next we'll go to WKEY. So WKEY actually had multiple PRs during this last week. So they announced actually it was last Thursday, they announced their WKEY token play, and then later in this week they announced a selling of like their marketplace, and then their CEO is on Bazinga. So they're working the PR game really hard right now, trying to get a foothold and be a leader. But you see, last Thursday news came out right about 10, shot us all the way up $16. Friday sold off. Monday, we got mid-afternoon play again right at 10 a.m. 1 p.m. on the East Coast after lunch. Pushed us back up, sold off. It's still consolidating here. And then Wednesday, exact same play again. 10 a.m. put out the PR. Sends us all the way up to 22.61. but after hours actually hit that high, but continued to sell off again Thursday. Aftermarket, pre-market, kind of consolidated here around the $14 area. Friday maybe got a little squeeze back up, tried to go test that $22 area, but couldn't break through 21. Sellers came in and smacked that thing down, and pushes back down into the $15 area. So we just go to the daily here. All right, so we're getting some long wick candles, which is not always a great sign. As you can see, a lot of sellers came in Thursday, Friday. So we'll look to see if we pull back down in here to this 9 EMA, right? So that's moving up right now, 12.8. And even here with these long wicks, we had back-to-back days where we couldn't close above the high from last Thursday, and then the long-term, this blues from a long-term prior move, can't close above the 78.6 level. And if we just look at the volume here, all right, so we do have an area of a lot of volume between in the 15, 16 down to 14.7, a lot of volume there, kind of a gap in volume below. So if we get weakness here, we could sell off back down, to the 78.6 level here, or even down at 1292 to this 9 EMA moving forward. So next we'll go to ZKIN. So ZK International, they've, PR hype came in last week as well on Friday, shot us up to 14.6, kind of consolidated, the beginning of this last week all up in there between 14 and 11. Lower volume compared to that Friday move, which is incredibly high for the stock. And then sold off Thursday, and then again Friday, making an inside bar. So just like HOV, similar play, breaks above 1075, go long, breaks below 945, go short. And we closed just below in this space of low volume, so there's a lot of volume above. So if we're going to make a move higher for ZKIN, we're going to need a lot of volume to bust through the shorts that are in place up here. And then if we keep selling off, right, we might go retest this 22 down to 8.5, where there is a chunk of volume right there. So if we go down to the hourly again, right, so pretty downtrend the last couple days. So got this big pop pre-market on Wednesday, put out some PR, got the move up, and then I believe they put it out right before 6, it might have been 5:30, but sold off right away at the bell. Market didn't like the pump action from the PR, and then smacked us down. And then on Thursday, just like when WKEY put out its move, this moves in sympathy back up. Got the big wick, on hourly, couldn't close above the 12, and then sold off. And then Friday, consolidation day, looks like we're using that 200 on the hourly, 200 EMA on the hourly as support going into the close Friday. But long term, we're downtrending, so we might see these things cross over that 200 soon. And looks just from the chart here, some consolidation, a lot of consolidation here. We got 1, 2, 3 days from the prior week sitting around $9 area, so look to see if that acts as support. And then lastly, we'll go to Funko. So Funko actually moved higher on Tuesday. We'll go to the daily first. On Tuesday, after there was a speculative report that got released from an outside company saying that they were looking at getting into the NFT space. Funko does collectibles anyways with their Funko Pop and other products. So a ton of volume came in on that report, 31 million, and then quite a bit on the next day. 35 million, and it actually had quite a bit of strength. So if we go back down now, I'll just stay here on the daily real quick, and then I'll show you what I'm talking about on the hourly. But moved higher, bounced off the 9 EMA on Thursday, and then Friday sold off to the 9 EMA, and then the buyer supported it once again, pushed this thing back up to close it at basically 19.5. And you see here we've got a big solid base of volume right here in the low 18s. And if buyers can come in and push this thing back up, we can get through 20, 21, and even with this candle still, so this candle is still an inside candle, so similar play to the other two. Go long above 20.9, you can go short below 18.26. Probably less reward here to risk, but still the play's intact, and you can play it accordingly how you like. So we'll go down here to the hourly now. But so here we had that initial move on Tuesday. The board came out by the reports, got us all the way up to the 21, sold off pretty hard, but tucked us right back into the moving averages, right? So we didn't even come in to test where the highs were prior to that move. Kept moving up here after hours on Tuesday into Wednesday pre-market. The bell on Wednesday sold off back to 22. Buyers came in, pushed this thing up way up higher, right? So we never got through the closing price on Tuesday, right? It's another similar play. If we get a sell-off first thing in the morning, can't break below the closing price of the prior day, go long. A lot of people hopped on that train and pushed this thing up. Got the squeeze all up to 24.74, 72. Market started tanking on Wednesday after lunch. FNKO followed it, and then we kind of just have this consolidation here on Thursday, Friday. But we did Thursday have all the moving averages still stacked up accordingly, 922.50. But we did get that crossover lower here on Friday, especially after hours. A little bit of weakness after hours. So we'll have to wait and see how FNKO and the other names, NFT names, act next week. I think it could be a volatile week. You have month end, and maybe some hype coming off of the indexes closing at highs on Friday. Could get some more money pouring in the market, and then people looking for those quick gains on these NFT stocks which are low float. So we'll just have to wait and see. Let me know how you guys are going to play these in the comments. If there's other stocks you want me to look at over the weekend, please let me know as well. And as always, appreciate you guys taking the time to watch the videos, and we'll see you in the next one.